alligator choke. Very important to remember that what we're doing is we're going to quarter either side of his body. Okay, so we're going around under the armpit and around the other side of the neck. Okay, so basically what we're doing is we're triangling the head and the arm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a basic entry in this so you understand this. There's a way of locking this where you're outside the armpit, and then there's a way of locking this where you're on the side of the head, which is called the brabo choke. The alligator / anaconda is when you lock it under the armpit side. Okay, so we're not locking it over here on the ear side, we're locking it under the armpit side. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to start attacking turtle. Okay, I'm going to take and I'm going to insert the hand underneath, beside the ear and underneath the armpit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm locking my hands like this. All right, I'm gonna pinch my arms in because the goal is to get him to drive the elbow up. You don't want his elbow down like this because it's going to be hard to finish this choke. You want to get his arm as high up above his head as you possibly can. Imagine making somebody wave their hand really, really high. That's what you're trying to do to finish this choke. Okay? You try to launch this choke and finish it with their arm down here, you're not going to have any luck finishing, especially if you're a short arm guy. Now, you long arm guys, you'll be able to finish it down there. That's the beautiful part about this. You short arm guys, that arm's got to be way up. Okay? So we get here, we go underneath. Now the way I set this up, okay, what I first do is I use my left forearm to push his elbow to his ear, to his opposite ear on the other side. Now look what that just did with his arm. Okay, if you cannot see this, come around and look at what I just created here. Okay, I created that by doing this and pulling this arm in. Okay, I want this like this. Now I'm going to have him lift his left arm up so you can see what I'm doing underneath. I'm nothing more than this right here. Lift your left arm way to the ceiling. Okay? I'm nothing more than this right here underneath this guy. All right? So from this position right here, now I've gotten that hand way up above that head. Okay? His arm is extended. Now right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the left leg, and as I go to roll, I'm going to pull my arm underneath his armpit and high up here. Okay, I run it high up underneath, and then I shoot my hand underneath, and then I'm going to start walking in for the finish. Okay, so basic entry, we're here. Main part is I got to get his arm above his head. There's a bunch of different ways of doing this. Okay, so all I'm going to do is pull. Okay, kick the arm, bring him with me, shoot, lock, start to walk my way in for the finish. Okay? Again, here. Good thing about this, guys, is when the guy is stupid and he reaches down and he tries to grab your leg, lock around your leg, here's what makes this choke so effective. He's got his arm where when he's reaching for you? He does it for you. That's one of the good things about it. So a lot of times you'll catch me when I'm playing here, if they're not grabbing at my leg, his arm, he's staying tight in a really tight turtle, I may bring that leg up here. Why? Bait him. Go ahead and try to hit that takedown, because the second that he grabs, I'm pulling down, locking, rolling him into the choke. Okay? Everybody got it? We'll switch so you can see it just 1 second, okay? All right, let's get after it. 1, 2, 3. I cannot stress to you, everybody, I see a lot of weird grips. Look, I see this, bunched up fingers, barely up on the bicep. Sometimes just fingertips on the bicep. That will not work. That will not work. When you get sweaty, if you do not have a full-on lock at the wrist where you are grabbing around the backside of your tricep and you are locked in like this, if you do not have your hand completely through, you will lose that choke. Okay? That's where the adjustment comes in. Even some of you long arm guys are struggling a little bit because this choke was never fully explained to me in the detail that I'm explaining it to you. Okay? The principle behind this is to make sure your setup is 100% so that your finish is easy. Okay? The setup has to be perfect. It's much less forgiving on the setup than just about any other submission I've ever seen, but the percentages of finishing, what if you hit the setup right, is fantastic. I guess that could be said for any submission, but the fact is this one right here is devastating if you set it up right. And the funny thing about it is it's real hard to get out of if you hit the right setup, okay? Which you'll see that here in just a minute. So we get here, okay? I'm gonna show you this. You're here, peel your elbows in tight. Everybody sit here and do this. Hand over the top, pull your elbows in, pinch your elbows in, and then pull them into your belly. This is what you have to do to get them in the right position, and then you run the hand through and you finish. But if you leave your elbows flared out, that gives them all the wiggle room in the world that they want. Get here, pinch your elbows in and pull in tight and take all that space away. That way when you go through, your hand goes completely through. If you're out like this, imagine how much farther their elbows are flared out. Case in point, okay? This right here is, I mean, truly like black belt level detail, all right? Because I was throwing this submission from blue belt, purple belt on up, and I rarely hit it, and this is why. So every time I'm here, okay, when I want to hit this submission, I'm going to pull in tight. I just pulled the elbows in. No matter what position I'm in here, I just went here. This is what I did, okay? So I get here, here. Keep my hands here. I'm not going to let this left elbow flare out. Everybody come around the left side and look over here. I'm not doing this. This is where I used to always mess up. My left elbow's flared way out. I'm not doing this. Okay? Because then when you go to try to lock it up, you hear he pulls his right elbow down and he comes out. Or, even more often than not, he just pulls his left elbow to his side to defend. So I get here, my left elbow's wide, boom, I'm trying to come through. Okay? I don't hit it. All right? Or you wind up shallow. So what you do now is just pull your left elbow down when I do it. Don't even try to roll out. So I'm here, I got my left elbow wide, I go ahead and hit it, try to roll him back, and he pulls this left elbow down, and look, now, if I try to come through, I don't have the space. Okay? Let's move this way. I don't have the space. Just my fingers are through. When I try to come through here, I just got my fingers on my bicep. Okay? So, we're going to create all that space for my arm to get through. I'm here, pulling tight, okay, stretch him out. Now, when I go to roll, I keep my left elbow tight. Here, okay. Now, as I want to go through, watch what happens. I simply grab his tricep right here, push through. Now my hand is clean through, and look, I am so deep, okay. I'm so deep, he's not coming out. Most of you guys are like this. You're just barely getting your fingertips through, all right? That comes because you get to here. Hold him tight. Lock it up. Full hand through at the wrist, okay? Make sense? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Well, something that, the reason I'm doing this, I'm showing him is because he was doing this with Roy just a minute ago. So they're kind of going semi-live trying to hit it, right? And I'm gonna let him demonstrate exactly what he did. He pulled his elbow down super hard, right? Well, Roy lost the grip. Like what's gonna happen. Guys, we're not even grappling. We're still really dry. Right? You get wet, slippery, you're gonna miss it. So what happened over here was Roy locks up everything good, okay? And you guys make sure you can see my right hand. If you cannot see what I'm doing with my right hand under here, you're gonna miss all this, okay? Because here's a key. We're right here, right? Roy does everything right. Pulls his elbow in, he kind of gets under here, right? He's got his elbow tight, just like I told him, and then he goes and he lays down, and what happens is, he's like, I can't even, as soon as he goes to go for it, his elbow comes down and he loses it, right? Because his elbow was already down. He'd already made his elbow pulled down. And he did everything I told you guys to do, right? He pulls his elbow in, he does all he can do right here, okay? There's only so much you can do right here, but my point I want to make is, what is the right hand doing in all this? Because you go here, what is the right hand doing here? Right? How much is it really involved? I'm underneath, I've pinched my elbows in, I've done everything, Professor said, right? What is my right hand really doing? Not a thing. It's just static. Why don't we do this? If we need more leverage to get that elbow up, why don't we go ahead and put this right on his bicep or on his tricep, right? Now I'm gonna stretch him out really good and keep that elbow locked. Now it's not going any farther back than right here, okay? So when I lay, watch what I do. I lay. Now you wanna see the elbow come down, watch how I do it. I just stretch my legs out above his head. My weight, scooting away from him, pulls his elbow up. Now when I'm ready to go for this, shoot the hand over the top, lock it up. Now I've got it. Now I'm going to walk back in. Okay? So what happened, I'm here, all right, here. This hand transitions to here, okay? When I've got him locked up, I'm under here. This hand comes to the elbow, and when my feet walk out above the head, watch what happens. His elbow goes up. No matter how strong he is, even if he's way back here, okay? So I'm here, I got my elbow pinched. I just kick my feet behind me and his elbow comes up, okay? So all my weight extending out this way is what brings his elbow up just enough for me to lock it, all right? Make sure you understand. When you lock up underneath, this hand is just loose, not doing anything. Put it on the tricep, okay? Put it on the tricep, pull, extend it out, lay, kick your legs out long, loop through and hit it, all right? Here we go, 1, 2, 3. One thing we're gonna add here is something that you really haven't thought about. Remember, I've been telling you guys, get every part of your body in the game on every submission or everything you do. A lot of times I find you guys are doing certain techniques, like 2/3 of your body is working and the arm is out here. I'm like, what in the hell are y'all doing? It's like you're working a sweep, right? You're down, let's say, for instance, scissor sweep. You're doing this, right? And you got this collar up here and this hand is up here like this. I'm like, you have a right hand. Use it, okay? We got 2 other limbs that are not involved in this game right now, correct? We're using our upper body, we're not using our lower body at all. Well, watch. Somebody that's giving us a hard time and we know we're gonna have an issue landing it. I've always said, when I started using this submission a lot, always getting my lower body involved in it from the start. So we're here, okay? I pull that elbow in tight. I lock to the tricep, right? Now I rolled him over, but watch. What did you notice that was different that time? Okay? Something very different happened. Instead of getting what? Long. Which we don't do, right? Not until we're ready. I don't want to get long, so I'm here, all right? I'm on the tricep. I'm going to roll him over. As I go to roll him over, I'm going to put the leg over the top of the arm. Okay? Here's why. Because now, how's he going to get his elbow down? He ain't. Right? Now I'm coming over here. I'm going to lock. Now I'm going to let go. Walk in. Okay? Another little variation, depending on how you want to run it. Here, before you go to kick over, leg comes up to the top. Scoop the arm. Pull it up, lock and go. If we get long when we roll him, okay, he's pulled his elbow down, we're like, we can't get it, okay? I'm trying to pull his elbow down, watch. All I have to do, here, rolling him, I'm gonna pull him down. His elbow is way too low, right? I can't get through there, way too low. All I gotta do, finish, okay? Curl your lower body up, back of your leg goes over the back of the elbow, pull it up, finish. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.